Day 192 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again. Another day, another LeetCode problem. This time we're at day 192 and we're still going strong, y'all. So I hope y'all are still staying disciplined and consistent as well, because we have a long way to go on our LeetCode journey, y'all. So I hope y'all are ready. I hope y'all are wrapping your mind around that. We're trying to be the best programmers we can be. We're trying to master this stuff. And in order to master this stuff, we have to put our 10,000 hours in, y'all. So even though on day 192, it might seem like we're making some progress, we still have a long way to go, y'all. So that's important to internalize, so you, as you fight the effects of burnout or not being disciplined, right? We're trying to stay disciplined and consistent, so we have to be realistic about the goals and expectations that we're setting for ourselves. And one of those goals and expectations that we should be setting for ourselves is that we're trying to get our 10,000 hours, put our 10,000 hours in, and that's going to take years and years of practice, y'all. But it's all right. It'll pay off in the end once you have all this knowledge, this good knowledge, and you know how to program, and you're the best programmer. It'll all be worth it, y'all. So just keep going, keep pushing through, and just remember, we're staying disciplined, we're staying consistent, and we're all in this together, y'all. Now, with that being said, before we get started, y'all, don't forget, bring a mouse right over here and click that subscribe button for me, y'all. And after you click that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button for me, y'all. And then after you smash that like button, I'm calling all of my bankers. I repeat, all of my bankers to the comment section right now. I need y'all to drop 2 bank emojis in the comment section so we could run up this engagement and we could push this content out to a broader audience, y'all. As Swift community members, it's up to us to help the Swift community to grow. And one way we could do that is to share this content out with as many people as we could find that will watch it. So your support is appreciated when it comes to that. Now, let's get started. And today we have question number 380. Insert, delete, get random, big O of 1. The difficulty level is medium, but don't worry, we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand, because we're all here trying to learn something, and we're all here on different levels of our programming journey, and we want our solution to be understandable for everybody, no matter where you are on your programming journey, y'all. So I hope y'all are excited about that. Now, that being said, let's see what the question says. And the question says, implement the random size set class. Random size set initializes the random size set object. Bool insert int val inserts an item val into the set if not present, returns true if the item was not present, and false otherwise. Bool remove int val removes an item val from the set if present, returns true if the item was present, and false otherwise. Int get random returns a random element from the current set of elements. It's guaranteed that at least one element exists when this method is called. Each element must have the same probability of being returned. You must implement the functions of the class such that each function works in average big O of 1 time complexity. So, I know that's a lot to take in. However, let's get into it and let's look at these examples and see what they mean. So this example 1, we have input. So let's go through it. Our input, right? So randomized set corresponds to this right here, and the output is null. All we're doing right here, we're initializing the random set. That's why this right here is blank and the output is null, because we're not really doing anything, right? Then we're going to come right here. We're going to insert 1, and the output is going to be true, because it says when we call the insert, it says an item val, or it says returns true if the item was not present, right? So this is the first element we're inserting is this 1, and we're going to return true because the item was not present, because this is the first thing we're inserting. So let me show y'all like this. Let's come over here so I could give y'all a visual representation. What we're going to do, say this is the set, right? So we're going to call insert, boom. We're going to insert 1, boom. So we insert 1 right here, boom, comma. And we return true because the item was not present, right? Boom. Now we're going to move over. So each of these, before we keep going, each of these corresponds to each of these, right? So this right here up to the comma corresponds to this up to the comma, corresponds to this up to the comma. Then we come to the next one after the comma and before the next comma. This insert corresponds to this index 1, right, which corresponds to this index 1. Then this remove index 2 corresponds to this index 2, which corresponds to this index 2. And this insert corresponds to this right here to this right here, all the way. So like each one up to the comma corresponds to each one up to the comma in this concurrent or the same index, right? So that's just how that works. I'm gonna show y'all how it works and up here in a bit with the visual representation, but that's just like a quick mini breakdown, right? So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna call this insert function. We want to insert 1, boom. Then we're gonna call return true because the item, it says return true if the item was not present on the insert function, right? The 1 was not present, so we're gonna return true. Then we're gonna come right here. We're gonna remove 2. Boom, remove this 2. We're going to return false because it says returns true if the item was in the remove function. This is remove, not the insert. The remove function says return true if the item was present, false otherwise. In this case, we're trying to remove, we're trying to remove this 2. But if you look up here, there's no 2 present, right? So that's why we're going to call for false. Then we're going to come right here, insert. This time we're going to insert 2, right? So we insert a 2, come up here, insert the 2, boom, insert 2, and we are going to return true because it says when we insert, we return true if the item was not present. At first it was like this, right? Then we insert 2. Oh, first it's like this. It says insert 2. The 2 is not present, right? So we're going to insert it, boom. And then we're going to return true because it was not present. Then we're going to come over here. We're going to call GetRandom. So we're going to get a random element out of this 1 and 2, right? Because there's only 2 elements. We're going to get a random 1. We won't know. We're calling the GetRandom, and that's going to return 2. That's where this 2 comes from, right? Boom. Then we're going to keep going. This GetRandom also this blank array. So it goes this GetRandom corresponds to this blank array, and it's going to return this 2 right here. Boom. Then we're going to keep going down the line. Now we're going to remove 1, right? This 1 right here. The output is true because with the remove function returns true if item was present. The 1 is right here, so we know it's present, but we just call remove. Right, we just call remove this 1, so we can remove this 1, right? Boom. So then we return true because it was present. Then we're going to come over here and we are going to insert this 2. Boom. We're going to insert 2. However, we're going to return false because in the insert we return true if the item was not present. But as you can see, the 2 is already present, which is why we're going to return false, right? It says returns false otherwise. The 2 is already present, so we're going to return false. Then we're going to come over here. We're going to call GetRandom again. This corresponds to this blank array. There's only, I don't know how that happened, but there's only a 2 left, right? So out the GetRandom, we're just going to return this 2, right? And that is how, because there's only 1, 2, the 2 is the only thing up there, right? And that is basically how, or that is how this question works, and that is how this, that's what the example is trying to show us, right? So each one of these, just remember, this corresponds, the index 0 corresponds to this index 0, which corresponds to this index 0. Then this index 1 corresponds to this index 1, which corresponds to this index 1. This index 2 corresponds to this index 2, which corresponds to this index 2. And this index 3 corresponds to this index 3, which corresponds to this index 3, and so on and so on. That's how the question works. If you need help, if you need more help, let us know in the comments, and I'll try to help you there, right? But now that we understand what the question is asking, let's get into the fun part, the actual code, and it's not that difficult, y'all. First thing we're going to do, we're just going to declare a private variable, say private var. It's going to be called set. We're going to say colon. Then we're going to say set. It's going to be a set of integers, right? So we're going to say set integers like this. Boom. Then we're going to initialize that variable by saying set equals dot init parentheses. Now let's create the insert function, right? To create the insert function, we're just going to say let after insert. Boom. Then we're going to say equals set dot insert, open up the parentheses, val. The val's coming from right here. Then we're going to come right here and we are going to say return after insert dot inserted, and that's going to return a boolean and let us know if this was inserted or not. Then we're going to start, let's get to our remove function. For our remove function, we're going to say guard let underscore equal set dot remove parentheses val. Then we're going to say else, open up the brackets, we're going to say return false. Then we're just going to come underneath that, we're going to say return true. Then let's do the get random function. Not that hard at all. All we're going to do is say set dot random element, just like that, parentheses, question mark, 0, because it's an optional. And that is all she wrote. So let's see, let's run it, make sure it runs properly. Let's see, and it's accepted. So let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it stays accepted after we submit it. Let's see. Look at that, y'all. 144 milliseconds beats 51.85% of users with Swift, y'all. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. And you know what else I like to see? I like to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.